In today's story, I nearly turned off the TV twice because this is probably the creepiest episode in the entire series. Seriously, how do they even get away with some of this shit?
Funny.
Get ready to hold your close family members inappropriately, all my fellow adventure outlaws. This is Card Games vs. Humanity, and I'm the NKKGG. Here with a recap of that Yu-Gi-Oh show that you all know and love. Well, love might be a strong word after this episode in particular. So if you enjoyed, don't forget that sub, that bell, that like, become a member of the channel or the Patreon if you want to support me. Leave a comment telling me if you'll need a level of therapy comparable to Mokuba after you ask yourself, how the hell did everything in this episode make it past censorship? Nearly as much as Noah can't believe that Mokuba is still loyal to his older brother Seto after all the vague memories he's shown him. Saying that he deserves to have what Seto has, saying that he will take it all for himself and he's gonna start with his little brother. I mean, if that's your starting point, I really don't want to see the finish line. He then asked Mokuba what he thinks Seto is thinking about right now. Considering he just won a duel, I can confidently assume that he just has a massive erection right now and no other thought. Turns out Kaiba's right over there, says Noah. He's not still on the screen. That's definitely not a copy and paste file that just materialized in front of you.
That was fast. I knew you'd come get me.
That's right, Mokuba. I'm not here to rescue you. I just showed up to tell you that if you ever try to hug me again, you're gonna get a pimp hand to the face. Will you please get out of my way? I'm sick and tired of this princesses in another castle bullshit. Don't ask questions why this horrible fucking illusion that maybe took 5 seconds to put together worked better than all the memories I've been showing you for 15 episodes.
I am the only one in this world you can trust.
Gotta give him credit. This is the closest I've ever come to not wanting to watch the show anymore. Seriously, there's no age in which 2 family members doing that pose is acceptable. Back to everyone on the bridge who's still just loitering around on the bridge, not really knowing what to do now. I suddenly hear the voice of Noah over the virtual megaphone claiming that he has Mokuba all to himself now. Yuki says, please don't go, my love. It could be a trap. Kaiba says, stay out of my way, bitch. I'm a Gallagher and this is family business. Tristan then shows us the appropriate way how to greet a woman.
Thank you, Serenity. I knew you.
You know, just because it's a robot monkey doesn't mean it's not technically still Tristan and any less fucked up. Like, I refuse to believe that this episode was reviewed by a single person. Yuki immediately takes off to follow his lover, so Taya does the same thing to follow hers. Well, Joey and Duke refuse to move a muscle because Kaiba still hasn't paid them off for all the help they provided thus far. There's like 3 different layers of bullshit involved with that statement, so I'm just not even gonna get involved. Rare sight indeed as we watch Seto Kaiba doing physical activity running down the tunnel until he reaches a fork in the road. Turns out Noah just copied the file from the Lost Woods and Ocarina of Time and just reskinned them over them with a tunnel system, forcing Seto to listen to the screams of Mokuba cry for help as they get louder so he can find his way out of the labyrinth. Oh wait, Seto's already found him already. I wonder what could happen next.
What have you done with him?
First off, let's just simply ask, what the hell was that and why did he wait till now to do it? And 2, what was the entire point of the tunnel system when you were just going to transport him to you 60 seconds later anyways? It's just the little things, you know. Getting back to Yugi and Taya, who are still running down the tunnel that already disappeared. They reach the same fork in the road that Kaiba did, so of course they take the correct path, right?
You sure about that?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, sometimes they really do have dialogue that makes me forget that I'm not watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Jesus Christ. Our heroes run as fast as they can, finally reaching a light at the end of the tunnel. I can't imagine what kind of area it's gonna lead. It's another forest area. Luckily for our heroes, this forest area does have a mansion inside it that looks completely abandoned, so there's a good chance there's some rare Pokemon in there.
Yeah, I do hear it. It's a baby.
While it may seem like that annoying-ass baby crying was supposed to be a part of the plot of this episode, the truth is the sound team just couldn't get Dan Green's kid to shut the hell up while he was recording lines, and as we all know, Dan Green does not do double takes. Hey, it's Merrick after 15 episodes! Oh yeah, he's in this show! Despite waiting several days in a blimp patiently, Merrick is not a fan of sitting around waiting patiently and decides that it's his turn to be the main villain of the show again. Well, that's enough screen time for now, so let's head back to Seto Kaiba, who's literally falling down from the sky into the room that Noah and Mokuba are already in, because I guess that's what that orb of light actually did to him earlier. Man, all this shit's just contrived as hell. Seto wants his brother back, obviously, but turns out he's safe and secure right here. It was Nesbit that took him. Noah just saved him from the Big Five. Kaiba grabs Mokuba's hand like an angry mother who's late for work in the morning. Unfortunately for him, Mokuba doesn't want to go to school today. He wants to stay home and bake cookies with his new older brother. He claims that Seto just stood there and watched as they took him away. Seto says, yeah, that's why we got that GPS implanted. I mean, wait, no, we never did that. Noah's trying to have a calm conversation while Seto's the angry father who can't get custody of his child. Watching him be taken away by Noah and sitting back down on the couch, because I guess that's all they do here when they have an entire virtual world at their disposal. Without warning though, Seto Kaiba becomes the first billionaire ever to utter these words.
Who deserves to have what's mine?
Let's head back to Yugi and Taya, who are searching every room of this mansion that looks like it could collapse at any moment, wasting their time looking for this stupid ass baby that no one wanted in the first place. Luckily, they quickly learn that the entire thing is just BS and nothing more than a sound file used by Noah, because why would you trust anything in this world at this point? Believe it or not, Merrick was allowed more screen time today, bringing us back to his encounter with this locked security door from the future. It's a 5,000-year-old spare who's maybe been around for a few days now, so Also, of course, he knows that the door needs a secret password to enter. I believe we have some footage.
Invalid password. Enter.
Seems Robo Tristan is hanging out on the side of the road when he sees some Digimon hanging out in the water and attempts to warn everybody about it. Unfortunately, they all apparently just refuse to look down and take one simple gander, despite him not causing any harm to any of them yet whatsoever. Look out, it's actually 4 members of the Big Five, and they're here to take our bodies back by force this time. I mean, why duel you when we can just take things from you by force? A concept that no other villain on the show ever realized was an option. Without warning, though, Joey activates Soul Charge with no cost, summoning 5 shitty monsters to keep them at bay, before attempting to start the truck that he definitely forgot to get gas for earlier. Oh, look, it's a penguin in a tuxedo using a bullwing to swing around a round-faced elf into the pavement. That's definitely a sentence I thought I'd say today. What do you think, casual audience member? But you take a step back and gasp as the truth is revealed to Seto. Also, for some reason, Yugi conveniently shows up this exact moment, says nothing about the situation, and just runs up to Seto saying, hey, look at this photograph. Gotta admit, it kinda made me laugh. Turns out Noah was Gozaburo's real son all along, and Seto was just a hired goon to motivate him to do better in his studies. So that casual thing where the father hires another random kid to motivate his kid to do better to run the company someday. Before we can get into that high level of psychological damage, the TV screen turns on because Mokuba wasn't finished watching his new favorite show, Joey versus the Big Five, and I think we're in the chase scene. No one wants to finish his story, but has to put it on hold because he needs to watch his program with his new brother. Apparently just leaving Yugi and Kaiba in this random black void now. Anyone gonna tell me how no one's suffering any damage from interactions like that? It's like you feel the stamina loss but suffer no actual HP decrease. Big Five have trapped these 3 teenagers with no way out and no real explanation how they're just gonna take over their bodies forcefully. Luckily for them though, an unexpected hero shows up at the last minute to save the day.
I gave you all the chance to win your freedom and you all failed. Now you'll pay the price.
Well, that's it for this week's episode. I want to thank you all for watching. Of course, a shout out to all my channel members and patrons. There's only one episode this week, but responsible shit got in the way. It happens. But I do have a sick-ass live stream coming up on a Sunday. 3 Zexal boxes. We're pulling some ghosts. You better be there. This has been the man from Earth with all the girth. Be the character you know you're worth. I do have some devastating news to tell you all. I'm hungry. Despite waiting, the truth is that, oh my god, so much spit. Assume that he just has a massive erection right now and no other thoughts. No other thoughts.